My name is Frank West. I'm the Director of Public Safety, and I've been here about 25 years. My job is to integrate the police and fire divisions as far as they're separate, but I basically oversee both divisions, the police and fire division. I actually started out in my career as a paramedic, and that's how I got myself through school. And I was excited about working police and fire.
Actually, my dad was a firefighter and a long time ago, and I just, it was a job I watched growing up and decided to follow in his footsteps.
What made me choose to become a fireman is I like to help people out whenever they need it, and driving fire trucks was always intriguing. Being able to go lights and sirens looked like fun.
The city of Big Rapids didn't have one fire department when it first started off. It started off with several fire companies, but they were all independent of each other. And like the Alert Hose Company, and there were several other ones. And this was around in the 1860s. In fact, the hose cart out front is from the 1860s, and it is one that we actually pulled out and redid.
That hose cart was actually, there's a pretty good story that goes with that hose cart as far as our fire department won that in the World's Fair at a firefighting competition. And it was actually our department won first place. That was a second place prize, and we needed that worse than the first place, so we took that instead.
We actually responded on an accident where someone was injured, and the family was so impressed and so thankful in regards to the response and the care given to their family members that they actually donated a fire hat from the 1860s that they wanted us to have because it had been in their family forever, and it was from Big Rapids, and it's from the same era as our hose cart. So it's conceivable that it was worn by someone pulling that hose cart. Big Rapids is a small community. I enjoy living in a small community. So you're not a number. You're a name, and everyone knows everyone.
I wouldn't live anywhere else than Big Rapids. I love it here. It's a good sized town. It's a great place to raise a family, and I just love Big Rapids.
I like Big Rapids. It's got a little of everything, but yet it's not a big town feel. People are good, the area's nice, it's quite enjoyable.
Well, one of the biggest things is we still have the big time problems, but just at a lesser frequency. We still have to respond to fatal accidents, big fires.
Depending on the call, if we were to get called for a heart attack, two personnel, 2 people would go with a small rescue truck, and that's outfitted with all the gear needed for that. If we were called to a fire, and we actually determine what we take once we get the dispatch information. We'll determine how many people we need and what apparatus or vehicles we need to take to it.
Our jurisdiction is the city of Big Rapids plus 3 townships, so we cover about 100 square miles of territory. However, we do it out of 1 station. That does give us some response issues in regards to our timeliness, but we're still averaging about a 6-minute response on average from all of our calls. We're very integrated into the community. We do a Camp 911 for seniors where we bring about 50 to 60 senior citizens in, and we kind of do a dog and pony show where they get to actually meet the firemen.
We do a number of community events. We starting off with Fire Prevention Week, which was last week in October. We go to all the schools, we do daycares, preschools, and just teach the kids about fire prevention. To me, that's our most important job, is fire prevention.
We also do National Night Out, and the firemen are very involved in that program. So we do lots of community events, and we're very well supported by the community.
Kind of the brotherhood of the fire department is once you're in for life.
This place is like a big dysfunctional family. We don't get along all the time, but it's just like a family that doesn't get along all the time. But when somebody needs someone or needs help from somebody else, we're always right there for them.
It's almost like a combat bond. Unless you've been there, you can have empathy for a person, but you don't really know what they're talking about.
People look out for each other. They help each other when they can. I mean, on the job, away from the job. Anytime one of the other guys needs something, whether it be at home or at work, you're not afraid to help and not afraid to ask for help or give help. So just kind of real tight-knit community, and everybody watches out for each other.
We're all there together, and that was actually one of the big things that really drew me to this career, was that brotherhood.